What's up, Marvel Snappers? Today we have a new featured location, Klyntar, that says after turn 4, merge your cards here into a symbiote. Now, to get this information to you as quick as possible, there are some assumptions being made here. One is that the symbiote card found in the data mine is what's going to end up on your side of the board, and it has a 1 energy cost, which is important for some of the cards that I'm going to suggest. It also says merge, so it's very unlikely that cards are going to be destroyed in this interaction for any of the cards that affect that, and you'll just end up with this symbiote card on your side of the field with the combined power of all of the cards, and the previous cards will just disappear, similar to what happens with Gamma Lab when they all turn into Hulks. For those of you that don't know, featured location will appear in 40% of games for the next 2 days. And now we'll go over some of my initial thoughts of cards that could be good to include in your deck for this location. Now, if you're new to the game and still in Series 1 and 2, one of my first suggestions is going to be Namor, who is a surprising amount of power for 4 energy, and then you get rid of its drawback of not being able to play additional cards to its location, and can be a nice way to get a 10 power symbiote without losing too many of your other cards. Another card that will potentially be very powerful, assuming the symbiote maintains its 1 cost, is Elektra, and you'll just actually be able to destroy your opponent's symbiote. Moving into some Series 2 suggestions, Ebony Maw is a massive 7 power for 1 energy, and it has the ongoing effect that you can't play additional cards to this location, so you can play this turn 3 with a couple of other cards in earlier turns, and then you're able to get a massive symbiote without having the drawback of not being able to play additional cards. Killmonger can also be a great way to deal with the symbiote. Now, this would be reciprocal and it would destroy yours as well, but if you don't commit to that location and commit your resources elsewhere, that could give you a massive leg up on the opponent. And Shang-Chi can be a great way to deal with the opponent's symbiote if they invested too much power into it. Now, moving into Series 3, Typhoid Mary could be a fantastic card to play to this location. It has a massive 10 power with a negative downside, and by turning it into the symbiote, you avoid that negative power. There's also Electro that limits you to playing 1 card per turn, with the upside of gaining 1 additional energy for each other turn, and having this be merged into the symbiote will take this negative ongoing effect off the board so that you do have the flexibility of playing multiple cards in future turns. And again, hinging on its 1 cost, you could potentially do some really interesting things with Beast to bounce it back to your hand and play it to a different location should your opponent's symbiote have been larger than yours. And in a similar vein, you can potentially do the same thing with Falcon, and just lets you redistribute that massive power wherever necessary, and you can hold on to it for a later turn as well. Now, hopefully that gave you some ideas of cards to put in your first couple decks to try out this location. As the day goes on, we'll learn more about how to best utilize it. If anything in this video ends up being particularly wrong, I'll make sure to pin a comment so that you get the updated information. As always, if you have any questions or feedback for me, make sure to leave those in the comments as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.